Alright, hello and welcome. Today is the... You okay? Today is me filming, I guess, I've already had videos coming out in 2019, but this is my first video I'm filming. This is 2020. This is my first video I'm filming in 2020.
Like my vision, the year is 2020.
Anyway, this is my first video I'm filming in 2020, and I am filming it in a new location that you can't even tell because I just have a black screen behind me. So we are in the new apartment, and so I guess you're right, got the last location correct, we're good. Today I'm filming my 2019 favorites. I was hoping to do this at the end of 2019, but I moved to Boston, so I had literally zero time. And if you hear any moving in the background, it's because Spencer is dancing on our futon while I talk, because he's dancing to the music of NBA 2K19, 2K20, 2020 vision. So I thought I'd film a quick 2019 favorites, and then I will follow up after the video after this with a 2020 goals, intentions, maybe a mix of things I hope to use or of that kind. So pretty much, I shouldn't say pretty much, literally everything in this pile is makeup, fashion, and then like 2 accessories. So I kept it pretty simple. I feel like 2019 was, I don't know, it was kind of a weird year. It was a very slow year, but also like a lot happened, so I don't really know. It was kind of like a good year, but also like a, you know, it's just shit happened. So I kind of started getting back into makeup and fashion towards the end, so I'm really excited for 2020. I will start with some beauty products because I really wasn't that into makeup this year, but I thought I would just go over the few that I used. Almost all of these I've had before 2019, one I picked up towards the end, but pretty much everything in here I've had for quite a while. I do not plan on expanding my makeup collection, so most things you hear from me will be about stuff I've had for a while. Which I feel like is kind of a weird thing on the internet. I know that like some people say it's because some people can't get their hands on certain things, but I feel like if you have it, you should like be using it. So I don't know, I like feel like mixed feelings about that, and I know some people only post about like new stuff, but that probably won't be happening much from me. So to start, I'll do my eyeshadows. I used the Morphe 25A Copper Spice palette, and as most of you know, I did actually use this as an eyeshadow palette. I used this as my contour palette with the occasional like usage of some of these for eyeshadows, but largely I would use these 2 rows right here. They're all matte browns for different contour and bronzer looks, especially if I wanted something very drawn out. I started doing this like kind of early fall time, and I kind of stuck with it. And again, not that I wore makeup a ton, but when I did, I've come to find I currently like this mixture, which is probably weird because I feel like makeup's going a very natural route right now, but this is kind of a lot. So, you know, I feel like I'm kind of going the opposite of what everyone's saying 2020 is going to be, but I'll get into that in my next video. So this is what I've really liked. In terms of eyeshadow palette, it's like okay. I've come to the conclusion, and this might be very like not a good statement, I have only owned 2 different Morphe palettes, but when I look at a Morphe palette, I feel like it's just 80% browns and then a few cool colors that make you think, wow, I want that. And I've kind of come to that conclusion, and that's not every Morphe palette. Like I know there's special ones that everyone like loves or whatever, but for in general, they're like very like 25A, like they're very like general palettes, I feel like are all brown tones that don't look that different, and then like a row of like cool colors. That's just my thought. So I've been liking that, and then when it comes to actual eyeshadows that I've been putting on my eye, I've actually gone back to an old favorite that I really am like shocked I've gone back into, but it would be my depotted eyeshadows slash largely ColourPop collection of eyeshadows that like came in singles. I do have 2 ColourPop palettes, and they're very beautiful. I do like them a lot, but for some reason I actually found myself going to this, and I think it's just because these are like, especially down here, are my like classic color combination. This is falling out. A classic color combination that I use on my eyes all the time, and then all of my like go-to glitters for like something more fun or dramatic. So obviously I think like, I remember when building your own palette used to be such a huge thing, and now I feel like everyone's going after neutral palettes, and I kind of want to like get back into this. So I'm so into these. Again, it's maybe just because it's the palette like I picked, so this would be a palette I would wear all the time, and that's kind of what's happening. But I am obsessed with these colors. It's kind of a situation that I would use any of these all the time and then just layer up with one of those for something special. So it's super easy for me to use, and it's something I've found myself going to a lot this year, more than, again, I thought I would, because I kind of thought I like moved away from these, but I think I'm back. I like it. I've kind of been looking at a couple other single shadows, but like I said, I know I don't need to really increase my makeup amount, so I'm probably gonna not do that a lot this year. Moving on to some brushes. These, I will say, I don't know if you can get your hands on all of these, but favorite foundation brush this year was my It Cosmetics like Love Is the Foundation brush. This obviously gets a lot of attention on the internet, and it especially did this year because they changed the 2019 brush. And this one's probably from like 2016, 2017, I don't even know, but I am obsessed with this brush. I think it applies foundation so nicely. I love it, and that's really all I have to say, and I hope they change the brush so that anyone who wants to get their hands on one can this coming year. And my next two brushes are Beauty Professional brushes, and I've never heard of this brand. I was given this as a gift set last year for Christmas, and I instantly fell in love with the brushes. I think they are so nice. They like feel very like luxurious kind of thing, and this one is like a crease blender brush that I've actually come to use for my concealer, kind of on and around my eye. I think it's like the perfect brush for it, and I've currently just been loving blending out my concealer with the brush. I'm not really huge into like beauty sponges right now. I have one that I really like, but one, I don't know what brand it is because I just found it somewhere, and two, I just have been feeling brushes lately, so I've been really into that. And this powder brush is like the best powder brush I've ever had, and I've tried a couple drugstore ones to see if I can find something similar, and I don't know if I can. This is just so soft. It's like, but it's still nice and thick, so you can get a lot of product, and the way just like it's so big, so it like fans things out so well. I'm obsessed. I've been using this all of 2020, like for sure, for anything, like literally any kind of powder on my face, any kind of, especially the bronzer, because I'm using eyeshadow, this works really well because it like blends it out very nicely, and I've been using it for blush, all the things. So I am obsessed with this brush. Speaking of face powders, this I haven't been super into. I don't do a lot on my face, really, besides my eyeshadow, but this is a highlight palette that from the day I purchased it, I have been obsessed with. One, the packaging. This is the Lorac and Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tale collaboration that happened like, when did that movie come out? Maybe more?
We were sophomores.
So like 3 years ago.
Sophomores going into junior year?
Yeah, I think you're right. So this thing's like 3 years old, easily. I bought other things from that collection and were okay about them. I think I still own some of the lipsticks, but largely this highlight palette is my favorite thing ever. I've heard good things about Lorac products, but this is like the one thing I like held on to and really loved, and I use almost everything in this palette, probably except this blush topper, but I use all the highlights. I love both the blushes, especially this Caribbean shade, this like nice, like cool toned blush kind of thing. I am obsessed with this palette. That's all I have to say. I think some of the best powder highlights I've ever used, and I think for this whole palette it was like $20–25, maybe closer to 30, but I got 6 things in here and I'm not even close to like dipping into them. So beautiful. I know it's something you can't buy, but I really love this product and I'm going to keep using it. So as I said, and as I'm sure anyone who's watching my videos know, I do very little to my skin when it comes to applying makeup. I, if anything, use the NYX foundation Total Control NYX Cosmetics Total Control Drop Foundation. That's what I use, and I do like it. There was just a couple months this year where my skin was having quite a time, and it was just like annoying and I wasn't liking anything, and then I came up to Boston and I bought this because I wanted something special in my life and I found this at TJ Maxx for like $6, and it is the Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation. This is stupid expensive if you were ever to buy this for real market price, but I bought it for like $6-7, so I'm not upset about it. It is actually so nice, and I just really like it for a very, and you can achieve this with the NYX foundation drops because you can just put a very light amount on, but there's something about this that is just very nice. And again, I don't put it on very often, but for pictures, or like if I am just tired of the redness on my skin, I will put this on, and I think it just has a very light, very comfortable feeling to it that if you needed a foundation, I am on board with this. I feel like this has pretty generally good reviews online, but when it comes to like watching it on YouTube, I think most people were kind of meh about it because it is more lightweight, like not full coverage kind of thing, if I'm remembering that correctly. This came out like a couple years ago, so like the fad of it is over, so of course I'm here like 2 years too late talking about it. So again, not worth $60 in my opinion. I don't think really any makeup's that really worth $60, but if you can find it at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something of the sort, it might be worth trying. Now onto the eyes. These are two products that I actually used up for the most part. First is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara. This is my first ever mascara I tried when I got into makeup. It's the mascara my mom uses, so she bought me, myself and my sister one of these when we first started doing our makeup. And it's funny because my sister still uses this mascara, and I thought I would buy it just to retry it out. And at first I was kind of whatever about it, but honestly the more I used it, like you can get such a very nice like natural look with your lashes, and I think it just does a really good job of like obviously darkening them, but really just making them like stick out. But like it's very everyday, but I think you can get such a pretty lash, whereas right now I think some people go for like insane lashes every single day, which is perfectly fine, but I don't want that look, and I feel like most people I know don't want that look. So I think this just does such a nice job of like separating your lashes, coating them, making them look darker, and it's just very pretty and very everyday in my opinion. So like I don't know if I would go for this if you want something dramatic. It's definitely more of an everyday thing, but like it's not going to make your lashes feel heavy, crunchy, nothing like that. It's going to be good. You're going to like it. You're going to like the way you look, kid. Next thing with the eyes is the Soap & Glory Super Cat Liquid Black Eyeliner Pen. I think there's like this, and then also a like even tinier version of this, like a more detailed one, and I think this might be my favorite felt tip eyeliner that I've ever had, and I've tried quite a few because I finished this one up probably mid this year, and I finished it up and I've now been going through others, and I kind of think this is my favorite. I just really like the size of this. I like how easy it is to use. Yeah, I don't know, I like it's very black, it's nice, it's like I don't think there's a better one. And so when I finish up mine, this will probably be something I replace. But like I said, I do have like 1 or 2 others to finish up, so I will gladly do that. I'm also not super into black eyeliner, like thick liner right now, but if I get back into it, this will be what I'm going to purchase. I believe it's like $10. Again, it's Soap & Glory, so definitely not something most people think about when it goes to purchase makeup, but I'm telling you, this is good. If you want a super detailed one, get the, I think it's called like Super Fine, or there's a more like detailed version of this if I remember correctly, because I don't think this is like that one. I think this is just like the traditional one. So I think there's this, and then I think there's like maybe even a fatter one. So whatever you're looking for, I'm just letting you know that the product is very good, and for me, I like the traditional style. All right, last product in beauty is lips. So the only liquid lipstick I found myself kind of gravitating towards this year, which is kind of weird. I feel like I was like going back to things that I haven't touched for a year or two, which was kind of nice because I've kind of kept my makeup collection pared down in the past year or so. So it's been nice to like keep using things that normally if I were to keep building a makeup collection, I would probably stop using because you keep getting drawn to the new things. So something I went back to use again was the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade I'm Shook. This you cannot purchase because it was the collaboration with Manny MUA. That was before he had Lunar Beauty, I believe. So I believe it was just with Manny MUA and Jeffree Star. So you cannot get this, which is really sad. And I've literally put this on 4 different videos and people have asked me what color this is because it's kind of a really interesting, like almost orange toned red. It's just very cool toned and I really like the vibe of it and I think it looks so nice. And so I'm really sorry, but I've been wearing it even though you can't buy it. But like I said, I mean, how many other people bought this collection? So someone out there is like, oh yeah, I have that, I should go use it. Because we buy shit and then we don't use it. So this is my reminder that if you bought this, you should use it because it's a very pretty color. And then the next two, it was definitely the year of the gloss, and I think it will continue to be into 2020. We're all kind of over really thick lipsticks. We're over drying formulas. If we want a lipstick, we want something that is going to be comfortable. So I do want to get more into certain lipsticks or lip crayons of that kind. I'd love to try like the ColourPop lippy sticks because those are supposed to be comfortable. So if you have like a favorite color, let me know. I would love to maybe try that. But I was between 2 glosses this year. The first one being the ColourPop Cosmetics and Kathleen Light's Moonchild gloss, which I believe you can still purchase on ColourPop's website. This is such a pretty gloss. It's definitely if it's going to be bare on your lips, you're just going to see a slight sparkle, or if you put it over something else, it's just going to add a nice like juicy sparkle to it. But that is definitely something that can be layered or worn solo, whereas this, the Maybelline Cosmetics, or Maybelline New York Vivid Hot Lacquer, Hot Lacquer, what? In the shade 62 Charmer, and it's this really pretty nude, sorry to show you the tag, this really pretty nude color, but this one is like pretty thick. And so you can wear this independently for sure. I don't know if I would wear this as on top of something because I think it would be way too thick for that. But it's a little bit sticky, and so like especially if I'm like for some reason going outside and it's windy, like my hair is gonna get stuck in it. Not like to the max, but definitely like if it touches it, you're gonna like kind of feel it stick to it. But it's a very pretty comfortable formula. Easily you can put some back on. I think it wears really nicely because like as it fades, you can just keep kind of rubbing your lips together very comfortably, and then the color just stays on your lips kind of thing, and then later you can like put it back on. So I really do like this formula. I think it looks super pretty, especially in pictures. And yeah, not something I would have normally picked up. I picked this up either early 2019 or late 2018. I can't really remember, but I think it is such a pretty color. So for 2019, my favorite accessory had to have been these pom-pom earrings, which I bought for New Year's of 2019 and well, like 2018 into 2019, and I just thought they were so fun. And I've, going to be honest, only worn them a handful of times in 2019 because these aren't always everyday earrings, you know, but they're super cute and they're really fun. I think I got them for Forever 21 for like $5-6, and I am obsessed with them, and I've worn them to different like fun events and like outings and family celebrations, and I think they're so fun and I'm obsessed with them, and I will continue to wear them because they are fun. So that is that. The only other thing I was kind of into in 2019 was gold hoops, which was very weird. It was a big change, big year of change. Went from silver to gold jewelry in a year. Don't really know what happened, but now I have gold hoops, and that's largely what I keep in my ear, and it's been a weird change. Let's see what 2020 has to bring, you know? Yeah. Okay, so last would just be kind of general clothing bits that I've been liking in 2019 that probably won't change that much going into early 2020 because almost all of this is fall. Mostly my favorite like fashion comes out in the fall and winter time because it's like layering, and my favorite thing in the world to do with when it comes to fashion is to layer a bunch of stuff together. When it comes to warmer months, I really just wear shorts and like a t-shirt or a tank top every single day. So pretty much my look is like fall, or I'm wearing just like summer clothes. That's really it. So these are just some general pieces that kind of describe my look of 2019 that again probably won't change that much in 2020. So a big thing, and I've like been reading that this is a big thing in fashion right now. So my look for 2019 was definitely probably more like relaxed, definitely comfortable, and I feel like I've seen that that's going to continue into 2020. Everyone's going for a very like comfortable vibe, and I'm excited. Definitely lots of layering, but like I said, lots of like comfy layering. A bit of like oversized feel. That's kind of where I've been really liking clothing. I've been buying pretty much everything like a size up lately, but to start would be my prized jean jacket that I've had roughly like 2 years now, and this thing is my favorite. It's pretty light, so you can put a bunch of stuff under this, and I got it at least a size up, if not 2. Oh yeah, I got this like 2 or 3 sizes up. So I can put a ton of layers underneath this, and it's just like the perfect amount for a like warmer fall day. But if it's like, you know, I'm not gonna be wearing this in like February, March when it's snowing, but it's so cute. Perfect fall, spring, cooler summer night jacket. So this thing is really versatile. I got it from Primark like 2 years ago, and Primark, like most fast fashion stores, do change things out pretty quickly. So I've been looking, and I literally can't find the same jacket because I've had people ask me if I can find the link. I can't. I'm really sorry, but it's basically just a distressed oversized denim jacket. I'm obsessed with it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Continuing the theme of comfort, I have not been a hoodie person for years. Like I haven't really worn, there might have been a short while I wore hoodies in high school, and besides that I haven't worn hoodies since like middle school, kind of. Like I said, maybe there was an occasion here and there where I was wearing one, but typically I'm not a hoodie person unless I have no other way of staying warm. And that changed this year. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. So my 2 hoodies I've been wearing in 2019 would have to be these 2. This was purchased for me when I went to spring break to Nashville with a bunch of friends from college. I've been wearing this a bunch because it's super comfy, and then I've been wearing this, which I have on my Teespring account. If you want to go to shelbylynnlives.com and click shop and then click Teespring, you will see I have this up. It says fake fan gamer girlfriend problems, because I'm constantly accused of being a fake fan because I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to support those around me, you know. So I feel like that could also be applied to like football and stuff, because I'm not into sports, but like I'm trying to like be supportive, but then that would just be girlfriend problems, not gamer girlfriend problems. But that sweatshirt is so comfy. So honestly, anything on like Teespring, if you want it in this kind of sweatshirt, very comfortable. I've been wearing them a ton. Again, pretty much size up on everything, so it's super comfy. And I was given this for Christmas, so I will definitely be wearing this for 2020. It is so comfortable. It's a kind of cropped, not super, but like probably right at your belly button kind of crop sweatshirt. It's definitely light, so I've been wearing it basically just as a shirt. And yeah, it's so comfy, and it's white, which terrifies me because this will be dirty in 0.5 seconds. So there's that. The only t-shirt that I've been excited about in 2019, not the only, but like the one I was wearing a lot that had me excited, and like again part of the more chill vibe I was going for, would be this white t-shirt that just really hits the spot, and I have a deep love for it. And I will try and find the artist. This came off of one of those sites that like sells artist things. If I remember correctly, I'll have to look, but I will try and link that down below, because this artist sells other things and a lot of cool things like outside of this, but they have a series of a few things left in that bat design. I just really appreciate that. Next 2 things I was into in 2019 would be jumpsuits, which finally in 2019 people started making jumpsuits for tall people. I've never been able to wear any that didn't ride up my ass every time I wore them. These do the tiniest bit, but they're still wearable, not like past ones I've tried. My top 2 were this one, which is just all black. It's like a nice soft cotton. It's kind of like a straight leg cut. I do wish it was fitted, but it's okay. It's from American Eagle, if I remember correctly, and I wore this, I think, my entire senior week of college, because I pretty much packed everything else up, and this was my graduation outfit. I took my graduation pictures in it. I wore it for literally a week straight because I wore it out, I think, to the bars, and then we wore it to any events that happened. I wore it everywhere for like a whole week straight. So, and then graduated in it at the end of that week. I loved it because it has pockets, it's comfy. I never was stuck in a dress or any kind of annoying shit like that, but it's definitely more spring because it's like a tank top cut with an open back in it, and it's super cute and I love it, and I've been wearing it a ton. Next were these kind of more overall style things that I got from Target. They were on sale for like $9 and I freaked out when I saw them because they're so quirky. They're from Wild Fable, but I don't think they're like available anymore. I've seen similar cuts to it from Wild Fable, but I don't think this specific pant. So it's an overall top, so like this is like the top, you really only see the straps, and so you can wear a really cool, like, it'd be kind of fun as a beach cover up with like a bikini top, or I wore a lot with like sporting, like crop tops or something like that. And then it's a wide leg pant, has pockets, of course, needs pockets, and then it's a very wide leg pant. I came to appreciate this a lot for like chill days or like travel. I think I sat in the car for like 6+ hours wearing this and like a sporty type sports bra kind of thing, and it was so comfortable because it basically feels like you're just wearing big baggy like sweatpants almost, but you look a little bit better, you know? And last thing, of course, was sweaters. I obviously wear sweaters as soon as it gets cold. Sweaters are a huge collection of my fashion piece, and I wore these three a ton in 2019. I will start with this one because it is probably one of the oldest things in my closet. This is a kind of like faux wool mixture sweater. It's from Forever 21. I bought this like 5 or 6 years ago, like I think right before I was going to college. It is so soft, which kind of like, I don't want to be rude, but I think we can all agree Forever 21's quality can be very, very up and down, more so down in most cases, but this is so thick. Like I almost need it to be very cold for me to wear this because I start sweating. Have you seen anything like that in a Forever 21 recently? I feel like no. I don't mean to be rude, but next thing is this Express kind of nice yellow gold v-neck sweater. I think I got this last year for Christmas and I've been wearing it a ton. It's a bit on the baggy side, so I love this, and a pair of leggings and high knee boots are like everything, and then I can throw a nice sweater on it because there's not too much going on around the neck. It's like a nice weight, but it's definitely not like heavy. Like I wear a jacket over it if it's actually cold outside, but I love this. It's so comfortable, it's cute. It's one of the only like colorful sweaters I own. Pretty much everything's like in the dark tones, dark earth tones. So this is something a little bit brighter to kind of change it up, wear a little bit of color because I don't do that too often. And then last is this thrifted environmental clothing. I don't know what that brand is, but this looks hand sewed, like the tag looks hand sewed in, so I'm going to assume it's a more like sustainable, maybe even a vintage shop, but I got this at a separate thrift store. So it is, this might actually be like real wool. It is so thick, and it's definitely a like cut right to your hip kind of sweater, which I'm not always in the mood for. I'm slowly becoming okay with. I normally like things to be baggy, long, oversized, but this is pretty fitted, so I wear this on the occasion. Again, this is very thick, so it has to be cold outside or I'm going to sweat in this. It's also kind of itchy, so you know, I've worn it with a bra, without a bra. Most people probably wouldn't wear this without a bra because it's pretty itchy, but it doesn't bother me that much. So that is it. Again, vibe was definitely like not a lot of makeup, comfy clothes, oversized, kind of chill, but with the occasional like party accessory. So that was basically 2019. Like I said, probably will not change a ton going into 2020, but I am excited. I kind of want to do maybe like a blog post or two about things that generally I'll be trying to wear in 2020. I also want to film a video of me kind of reviewing or reacting to, as everyone like calls it, 2020 trends or like projected trends. I really want to like get into all of that. I'm ready to like pay more attention to fashion now. I don't know why, but all of a sudden it's like coming back to me that I really want to be a part of it. So that is that. If there are any videos you want to see in 2020, please comment them down below. They can be fashion related, beauty related, anything, travel, experiences, vlogging, like what type of videos do you want to see? Do you like to see? Have you liked in the past, kind of thing? I'm super interested. Like I said, right now I just know I'm feeling fashion. That could change literally tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all had an amazing 2019, or if you didn't, you're excited for 2020, re-energized, ready to go. What were some of 2019 favorites? I know I'm constantly asking you to say like your entire life story in the comments, but you know, just comment what you're feeling. That is all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.